What to do when your parents, your mom or your dad, or your mom or your mom or your dad, don't like something you did, don't support a decision you made, disapprove of some change you've made to your appearance. How do you handle it? How do you convince them that they're wrong? So I'm going to speak as a mom and as a daughter. I am the mom, I'm 57, and I am the mom of a 20-year-old and a soon 17-year-old, and I have a stepson who is turning 18. And I am a daughter as well. So this is what I've told my children every time, and it's funny because now they bring it back to me, and it's kind of like a joke between us when I do something that they don't like or they don't approve of. And it's happened a few times, where I shared in a different video when my eldest came with her first huge tattoo on her arm. Now she has several other huge tattoos. When my youngest changed her hair from red to most recently completely black hair. And they were kind of disappointed or dismayed that I didn't like what they were doing or what they had done. And perhaps when my eldest, she didn't go straight to college and had other plans. I'm really proud of her. She's traveled the world. She's just recently completed her EMT basic training, and she's very resourceful. I have no doubt she's going to be just fine. But, there's been moments, of course, where I've been like, maybe this, maybe that. And I'm a really open-minded person. I am a really self-aware, or I try to be self-aware person, where if I say something that I realize or somebody tells me that it's bothered them, or, I try to reword it or take it back or apologize, just see what part I have in all of this. But there's one thing that I realized, and I told my daughters this, and I'm going to tell you, if you are the child, you could be an adult, but you are still the child, somebody's child, and your parents don't approve of what you're doing. I told my children, and still tell them, I am not going to love or like everything you do, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Because it's true. I can support them and say, okay, I don't like this choice you made, and we're talking about like not, illegal things or getting in huge trouble or barring that kind of stuff. I just feel it's like, well, it's your choice. I have the right I am a person, I'm a human being, and it's okay for me to not always like it, to not always be like, yes, this is it. But it's their responsibility to say, okay, but I still want to do it, and I'm going to go ahead with it, and then they're going to have to deal with the fact that I'm not going to like everything they do or think or whatever. But of course, it also goes for when I want. I'm 57, but I still want the approval of my father. I was raised mainly by my grandmother and my father. My grandmother passed away 3 years ago. Now there's still my father. And he's 82. And we're both writers. He's a lexicographer. He's compiles dictionaries. We're wordsmiths and communication people. And we have a lot of things that, in common, but we also have a lot of things not in common. And it took me a while, I hope it doesn't take you that long, and this is why I told my girls early on, is, it's wonderful to have your parents full 200% support and cheerleading, but it's also okay not to have it. Because I have come to that point in my life where I realize, yeah, my dad's not going to like everything I do or my decisions or what I have done. You know, he still tells me, oh, you shouldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. And I will try not to tell my children, you shouldn't have done this or that, because in the end, I realize that my mistakes and overcoming many things that could have gone a different way make me the person I am today, who I am pretty content with. Not always, but for the most part. But yeah, I've had to make peace with that part of me that wants that approval. And I've had to learn as well to say to myself, well, yeah, you know your dad's not going to like this, so why even bring it up? Why even talk about it? Why even create any kind of discord, you know? Let's say that I write a book and my father doesn't like that book. Does that make it a bad book? Or is it just a book that my dad doesn't like? And if I want to write that book, which actually has happened. I mean, I've written a number of books, and I'm sure my dad has liked some and not liked others and all this. But some of the things I post online, my dad sees the things I post online. And even though I'm an adult, as I said, he might agree with things, he might disagree with others, but I still do it. So I feel that it's very important as a parent and as a child to honor the other person and say, you know, okay, it's okay, it's okay. So if your parent does not approve of something you did or said or whatever, and you feel really strongly, and it's not bad for you, and you're not, you know, hurting your health or your mental health or other people, and it's something you really want to do. For example, my father wanted me to be, and we still talk about this, a marine biologist. And I didn't want to do that. I thought I did for some years. And then I realized, no, I want to be a writer, which is exactly what he did, but he didn't want me to do it. And I'm very happy with my decision. My father isn't so happy. He still says sometimes, but you could have been a marine. And I'm like, you know, it's also a different generation. But for my children, my daughter wants to be a firefighter. And who am I to think, well, this is the best, this is not the best, or whatever. Even if I didn't want her to be a firefighter, I would pay for her tuition or whatever she needs from me, support it. It doesn't mean that if I didn't love it, she shouldn't do it. And we've already discussed this. So anyway, it's just about really feeling it's okay. It is okay for a parent not to like what one does, and for one to do it anyway. It is up to us to deal with our own feelings regarding our parents or anybody else who likes or doesn't like what we do. If you like this video, please like it, share it, comment, subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like it, I have many other videos and maybe one of them will be interesting to you.